Welcome back again, podcast listeners. This is episode 166 of My Third Place podcast here on My Third Place Network. It is finally Friday. Cobra Kai season 6 is finally here. That means the weekend is finally here. Also, I'm going to be binge watching season 5 and then 5 episodes of season 6, which, breaking news. Well, not so breaking news anymore unless you're listening to this for the very first time. But part 2 of season 6 will now be released 2 weeks early on November 15th. Brandy, did you know about this?
I did not know about this.
According to Deadline, the creators of the show shared the news at the July 17th premiere in Los Angeles. They said, you heard it here first. Send it to the internet. November 15th. Send it to the internet. November 15th, same day as Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Netflix, fight night, no undercard, 2 main events. Let's do it. They are cashing in on that. Like, it figures, like, hey, after you're done watching the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, come on over to Cobra Kai, season 6, part 2. You'll love it.
I was just gonna say, why did they plan that? What?
They're cashing in on it. Like, yeah, it was like November 20 something. It was supposed to be, but then I'm like, you know what? Why don't you just put it out on during that fight?
I was gonna say, when was it originally supposed to be? November 24th or something, or November 28th, or? I guess I didn't know the original date. I just knew November, and that was just too far away. I didn't want to think about it.
Around November 28th or 29th. I don't think that they put it out on what's that thing called? Thanksgiving? Weekend? Yeah. The 29th. More the 29th. So they're like, 2 weeks early, let's do the 15th. Same time as Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. And has anybody ever watched something live on Netflix? Is this the first time ever that's happened on Netflix? Like a live event? Oh, well, the roast, when that happened live, was that like a thing? And like, did everything crash? Like, I'm like wondering right now, did anything crash at all during that moment? So yeah, maybe the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, people will be like, oh, well, it's there. And then after that, like, let's switch on over to Cobra Kai. See what happens. What about that? Eh? Why not, right?
Why
let's
not?
do that. Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Evo, your host, my co-host, alongside me on this Miyagi-verse karate journey is one of my best friends, Brandy. We're back with another awesome breakdown of our rewatch of Cobra Kai on Netflix. As always, it must be said in every episode because we're always critiquing the show. We love Cobra Kai. We love the Karate Kid universe. Correct. It's just that some of the episodes and some of the dialogue are a little sus.
That's what makes it so fun and interesting. And we wouldn't be here if it wasn't, right?
Exactly. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't. I wouldn't be critiquing the show if it wasn't. We're just fans. We're not critics. We're not anything else. We're nobody important. We're just fans of the show. Don't think anything we say at face value. Come on, except for the part that I think Louis was Anthony's father. Yeah, you can quote me on that. I don't care. Oh, that's my theory. I'm sticking to it. It's been a lovely week so far. No heat. Everything is good. Brandy, have you gotten around to watching the show yet, or are you waiting? Are you waiting for that exact moment this weekend? What are you doing?
I have finished season 5, so I'm ready.
Oh, we're ready. Let's go.
I am so ready. I just wanted to enjoy it on a weekend. I'm not going to lie, I did throw the first episode on for like 10 minutes and I stopped myself. So I did see the first 10 minutes.
Wow.
The night it came out. So like 2:30 in the morning on Thursday. I stayed up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch the first episode. And I'm like, nope. I watched 10 minutes and I turned it off. I'm going to enjoy it this weekend.
at least you didn't get side blinded by the last scene of episode 5 on your Twitter account. That happened to me.
Uh-oh. What?
Yeah, I'm upset. So, like, somebody spoiled it for everybody. There's always that one person. Same thing with what we're about to discuss on season 2, episode 10. Somebody's always spoiling stuff for everybody. Somebody spoiled the ending for season 6, episode 5 of Cobra Kai on Twitter. Like, I passed by, I was like, I was
I
scrolling
thought you
by
were going to
thinking
avoid. Why did you
I
not
thought so
avoid the
too.
socials?
I should have just filtered the whole Cobra Kai thing on Twitter, but apparently there's some Cobra Kai fans on Twitter I didn't know about, and it's not just me. So the algorithm says like, all right, you talked enough about Cobra Kai on your podcast. You posted Cobra Kai this. Here's some Cobra Kai fans also. Oh, there's a spoiler, motherfucker.
That's what you get.
At least people are listening, and I love that people are listening.
Yeah.
Before we start, you have an affirmation for this week.
I do.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Affirmation of the week, everybody.
All right. It is. I am still learning, so it's okay to make mistakes.
I am still learning, so it's okay to make mistakes.
Okay to make mistakes.
It's okay. Human is to err. Err is to human, whatever that means. Yeah. Same with this podcast. I'm still learning. I've made mistakes in the past.
I think we all have made mistakes.
We've all done that.
Learning, so it's okay. We can give ourselves grace.
What are your mistakes that you learned so far? Let us know in the comments below. Email us m3p network m3p@gmail.com. Let us know the mistakes you've learned in the past, and we will gladly read it on the air. Okay. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for the last 2 episodes of season 2?
I'm not ready for no.
Okay.
I don't think anyone was ready for the last 2 episodes of season 2, sir.
I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
So if any of y'all heard any of the breakdown episodes in the past, or if you are new here, welcome in. Thank you for stopping in. I know a few people that are like listening in that are new, that are like, oh hey, Cobra Kai, yes, Evo, Brandy, we love you guys. We hear great things about you too. Well, here we are, Brandy. Say hello. Say hi. Hi. Wave.
Hi.
Smile and nod. We are massive Karate Kid and Cobra Kai fans, so we decided we are going to rewatch the shows on Netflix and break down the episodes scene by scene and tell you what we thought about them. You are more than welcome to follow along and rewatch the show with us, as some of our friends are doing and listening to the podcast as well. So not only are you guys new that are listening in, doing that, but other people are doing the same thing as well. It's a small community here, like the M3P community. Yeah, we thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting us. We thank you for all doing all that stuff. There will be spoilers, and at times we do tend to add in trivia or ask a question for you to ponder over, and then you can hear it all over the socials. You'll see it on Twitter. You'll see it on Instagram. You'll see it on the threads. You'll see it on TikTok. It's just a small question. It's what we do here. If you want to go back and listen to past episodes about Cobra Kai and what we thought about them, I suggest you go back and listen to episode 154 and then continue on from there.
Can I just say one thing about M3P Network? You said it was small, yes, but it's growing and it is also amazing.
It is an amazing.
So maybe small, but the group is amazing and it's growing.
We are growing. Yeah. All right. Episode 9, Brandy. What is titled Pulpo. It is a Spanish word for octopus, possibly referring to the stuffed octopus Sam won her first date with Miguel in season 1. Remember that? Of
Of
course.
course I do.
Directed by John Hurwitz and Hayden Schlossberg. Written by Michael Jonathan Smith. Synopsis. Johnny cautiously takes a stab at love, while Daniel and Amanda enjoy a romantic date night. An attempt to bring the students of two dojos together backfires as hostilities between the teens escalate. Oh boy. I loved the cold open.
Me too.
The show cold opens with a montage of training scenes of Tori and Sam to "That's My Girl" by Fifth Harmony. The four girls of Fifth Harmony, not Cabello. Anyway, the scenes alternate between Sam doing the meditation kata at the beach and Tori hitting and kicking the moving punching bag at the Cobra Kai dojo. It then shows Robbie and Sam leading the class to their training kata and Tori sparring with Miguel using the punching pad. There is a voiceover of Tori as they show footage of Tori and Sam's altercation throughout the season. She says some people have it good. The rest of us, we have to fight for every inch of what's ours. Sam has a voiceover also, and hers is everyone has a sob story. That doesn't give you the right to be a bully. She hits the moving punching bag and Miguel records her and posts it on Instagram. Sam sees the video on her gram and gets upset. This leads to a side-by-side split-screen video of them hitting those bags hard with the Cobra Kai logo appearing below them. I loved how they did that. I love the whole, you can automatically tell this is going to be their episode. Like, they've been, the entire season, they're just been like, who are you?
Tension.
Tension.
I said that last time, on our last episode. I said that I loved how it's building between those two. So, yeah.
There's more building up to it.
And I do I agree with you. I love the opening. That's probably one of my favorites. This is the opening.
Especially the song on that one.
Uh-huh.
Next scene is that the LaRussos, Robbie and Sam, arrive and they want to tell their parents about them. You know, their dating life and stuff. So they go into the living room, but are surprised that Robbie's mom is there waiting. Shannon, who just came back from Cabo back in episode 3, good job, and Robbie have a private conversation about not being there for him, and she has chosen to go to rehab. So she's been gone since episode 3.
Since when? Episode 3?
Yeah, so it's like weekly. So it feels like a week. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it feels like she's been gone for like 7 weeks. Like, not a call to Robbie, just like, yeah. So
I'm just going to take off for 6 or 7 weeks and not talk to you.
Yeah, pretty much. Meanwhile, Johnny's over there, like, da-da. My ex-wife thinks I'm a horrible father. The LaRussos have agreed for Robbie to stay with them until she is done with their program, or he can stay with his dad. She knows they don't have the best of relationships, but that's partly her fault, and he does care about Robbie. Yes, he does. At Miguel's apartment, Carmen is getting ready to go out on a date with Johnny while her mom is checking out what she's wearing and says in Spanish that with that outfit, she would say she's hot for teacher. A little 80s reference there. Yeah, hot for teacher.
I was almost waiting for them to play that.
Yeah, why not play it? Might as well. Like, you just said it. Johnny comes knocking at the door to pick her up, and before they leave, Yaya tells them in Spanish to have fun and for Johnny to not get her pregnant. Johnny just says thank you, and they leave. Like, don't get her pregnant. Like, okay, thank you. Like, he probably saw that she said, like, have fun. Like, thank you, yes, oh, sure, whatever you say, lady. Back at the LaRusso, Sam is telling Moon everything that went down at the roller rink. She tells Moon she doesn't see what Miguel sees in Tori, even though she's moved on. Moon asks Sam if she will be able to go to her party later. She can bring her karate friend. Well, her little karate friend. Sam says she'll think about it as Amanda walks in to tell Sam that her and Daniel are going out on a date with some drinks and dancing. Amanda leaves the room and Sam verifies with Moon that she will be at the party. She checks in her closet to see what she could wear and finds the stuffed octopus that Miguel won for her in season 1. She holds it in her arm. Pulpo. That's what the whole episode. There it is. There's your reference to the title of the episode. I guess what do you call it? It's the mascot. Their mascot. Their
mascot, yes.
Relationship mascot, I guess, that Miguel called it.
And I don't believe that she's really moved on, by the way.
Johnny takes Carmen to a Mexican restaurant. He tells her he should be proud of Miguel, and she agrees that he is becoming a good boy. Johnny corrects her, saying he's a good man as he's a teenager now and growing up like that. Johnny looks up and sees that Daniel has taken Amanda to the same restaurant. And furthermore, their tables are close together. The waitress asks if Johnny and Daniel know each other. Amanda explains it with, they have Warren Karate Dojos, but she will take a big glass of margarita. Thank you very much. Of course, because she's gonna need that whole margarita to like figure this whole thing out. Like, oh my god, you're still gonna fight later on. Let me get a glass of margarita. I'm fine. Next scene, Sam arrives at Moon's party along with the rest of the Miyagi-Do students. Robbie says he could use this as a distraction to his mom going to rehab. They notice Moon must have invited other kids from the high school, which upsets Dimitri that had he known that there were going to be more, he would have brought Balderdash into the group. Because, everybody wants... Yeah,
he cracks me up.
Board game. Well, not everybody. Well, there's some nerds in the house, probably. You want to play Fairy Burster? Sure. Group me. Sam, Robbie, and the rest of the students walk into the house and stop in the main living room to have an awkward stare down with the other students of Cobra Kai Dojo. The detail as to who is looking at who here, it doesn't show it. They don't show it. But Big Red is looking at his brother, Little Red. And Big Red is like front and center. The first one staring at somebody, and Big Red looking at his brother. And you don't see Little Red at all. He's just right off distance, right around the part. And oh, hell. And not because everyone's going to probably get into a fight, but he has the demeanor of, dude, you should have just told me you were coming. I would have warned everybody else. Like, be nice, man. I love how that little detail. And then later on, we get the whole, hey, we're brothers. Everybody's like, oh shit, what? You were brothers? No way. Big Red, Little Red. After that,
Big Red, Little Red.
So pay much more attention to this because it's gonna happen. Something else is gonna happen later on. After that whole situation with Big Red, Little Red, it's Hawk looking at Dimitri, Mitch staring at Chris, Asian kid whose name is Nathaniel, played by Nathaniel, is staring at his short counterpart Bert in the funniest of ways. They just had to cut the tension of just everybody staring at each other to Nate staring at Bert oh, what are these two little chihuahuas gonna do? Not a damn. Miguel and Tori walk in from the outside and stop right in front of Sam and Robbie. They're like, oh. Oh. Okay. And then they walk away because they just want to have fun. You invited these two and them. And then they look over at Hog and they're let's just walk away. Let's just go. Guys, don't do anything. Let them have it fun. So during this whole awkward scene, it felt like the music stopped in complete silence because the music did stop. We don't see the music. We don't hear the music at all. They silenced it for the entire duration of them staring at each other. When there's the song goes up, the volume goes up every time, and people are staring at each other. Here it's everything's slowed down. Oh, you're here. This is awkward because they're teenagers. If they were adults, the music would hit. Moon walks in, the music turns up again. Everybody is back where they were. Everybody's staring at each other still, but she's happy that Sam came. The other from the keg are in the back. The drinks are in the kitchen, and the vegan pigs in the blanket just got the other. vegan pigs in a blanket. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
No thanks.
Sam asked Moon about Cobra Kai being there. Bless Moon's heart. She doesn't want to be in the middle of karate politics, so she's staying out of it. She figured that with school starting back up tomorrow, because episode 10 is today, she figured she could get everyone together on the night before school starts, have a kegger, and have everyone go back to school feeling hungover on their first day. Why not? And stop the fighting and be friends together. Because Moon is like, we could do that, right? We could all be friends. And Moon thinks everything can be rainbows and unicorns, apparently. Spiritual Moon tells Sam to get rid of the negative energies, clear her chakras, and have some fun. Back at the restaurant, everyone's getting their drinks. Amanda gets the Calic margarita she just ordered. Daniel gets a Don Julio 70 extra chilled. Carmen gets the Michelada. Michelada. Spicy Mexican juice and tomato juice. That's what she ordered. And Johnny gets a Coors Banquet because it's just beer. And Daniel sarcastically say to enjoy his Coors. Yeah, go ahead.
What's wrong with Coors? What? So he's a simple guy. Leave him alone.
Daniel, just because you're at a Mexican restaurant doesn't mean you have to be authentic and order something in Spanish or spicy.
That's what I'm saying. Daniel's just trying to start crap here.
Yeah, same as just because your daughter brings in an Asian boy home doesn't mean you have to eat sushi. Season 1.
Referencing season 1.
Daniel's toxic, I'm telling you. He is. Tell me he's not. Tell me he's not toxic. He's toxic. Johnny.
No.
Johnny tells Carmen about his day and how he had to double his classes at Cobra Kai because so many kids want to join the dojo, which Daniel is so busy overhearing instead of paying attention to his wife. Carmen says, "That's great," and is proud of Johnny for it. And I love how the way that she says it. "Oh, that's great. I'm proud of you, Johnny." Daniel decides to tell his wife how passionate his kids are. They might not be many, but they have heart. To which Amanda...
Both of them are so petty here.
They are. Amanda catches wind of what he's doing and is annoyed at what's happening here. Daniel says, "It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality." Johnny says, "No, bigger is better." Amanda asks if they're done comparing sizes. Carmen introduces herself to them as Miguel's mom and sorry their kids broke up. I love how if they were to tell this story about their kid, like Carmen be like, "My son is dating their daughter, and I'm going out with him, and his son is now dating their daughter, and they live together." What?
Yeah, exactly. What?
What? It was like the entire house. It was like, oh shit, this is like so awkward in so many ways. She tells them the story of dating in high school and how they were boy crazy. Amanda says she felt she was with a different boy every week. Johnny laughed because he got it. I'm not slut shaming, but she was out there. To which I feel like Johnny's laughing because she ended up with this asshole. Out of all the guys you were with, you ended up with this fucking douchebag, really?
Oh my god.
So he knew as soon as she says like every boy a different boy every week, and he's all like couldn't stop but laughing. Carmen proposes to push the tables together, and though both Daniel and Johnny object, Amanda agrees. Back at the party, Cobra Kai member Edwin, played by AJ Hicks II, is dancing and pulls Nathan for a dance battle. Everyone chants Nate's name. In the kitchen, too old to be at the party, Stingray shows up. We have one of those friends. You know who you are. You know who you are. I'm not going to say your name, but, you remind me of Matthew McConaughey. Let's just say that.
Oh, my God. Really?
And you know what movie I'm referencing. All right. Too old to be with a bunch of kids from high school thirsting on some high school girls. Disgusting. Anyway, like Stingray, that's Stingray right there. That's Stingray. He brings a date with him, Fawn, played by Katie O'Hare, who thought she was being taken to a friend's house party. Stingray tells her these are his friends. Oh my god. These are my friends. These are my little friends. Hi, friend. Hi, 16-year-olds. We have so much in common. Slap.
I think he has the mental capacity of a 16-year-old. So,
Tori. Outside in the backyard, Tori challenges Sam to a drinking contest, which is drink the Red Solo cup on a stool while balancing on one leg. At the restaurant, after some initial hostility between Danny and Johnny still talking about the illegal kick back in '84, the two couples quickly start to warm up to each other and begin having a good time. While they're ordering their meals, Carmen asks for the tostadas de pulpo asado with no sour cream. Pulpo, octopus. It's pretty good actually. I had a pulpo taco a few weeks ago at the sushi restaurant, and I want to go back and order it again. It's pretty good. Also the name of the episode, obviously. So like double entendre. Not only did it have to do with the octopus that Miguel got for Sam, being the mascot of the relationship, but here the second meaning is Carmen ordering it. Hey, she said pulpo. Johnny asks the waitress if she's going to write it down. The waitress says she has it all in her head. Amanda orders the chili relleno con camarón instead of carnitas and extra cilantro and no corn. Daniel now asks if she should write it down, but the waitress says she got it all in her head, and he tells her to make it easy on her. He will have the same thing, but with corn. Johnny then orders the Apollo tacos. Apollo? The Apollo tacos? Oh.
Pollo tacos?
There you go. Pollo tacos, not Apollo,
Tacos.
Johnny. Pollo tacos? Apollo? He said Apollo tacos with a hard shell, but no green stuff. That wasn't a mistake for me. I just read it like he said it. Apollo tacos.
He did. He said Paulo tacos. Yeah.
Apollo tacos. Carmen tells Johnny
to
she's
have
going
with
to
this course.
Oh my god. Carmen tells Johnny she's going to use the powder room. Johnny mouths not to leave him alone with them. Amanda joins Carmen and leaves Daniel alone with Johnny, who awkwardly eats a chip. Crunch.
Got a kick out of that part. I don't know why.
I don't know why. Back at the party during the drinking challenge, Tori finishes the drink first while Sam is trying to stay focused on not fall off, but drinks the whole cup. Everyone cheers, including Fawn, but Stingray, who is in a Edward 40 Hands situation, tells her they don't cheer for her. She's not Cobra Kai. Edward 40 Hands, as seen on How I Met Your Mother. William Zabka and Rob Macho both have appeared on it, of course. Like I said, this back in season 1. Edward 40 Hands, where 40-ounce bottles of cheap malt beverages are fastened to each hand by adhesive tapes or super glue in some cases. Adhesive tapes. I know I said it wrong. I like saying stuff wrong. Peter, etc.
Really?
Really? Yes.
Oh.
Fastened to each hand by adhesive tape or super glue in some cases. Here is duct tape, and Stingray has to drink both 40-ounce bottles before the night is over. In the living room, Hawk is drinking and eyeing Moon, who is talking to another guy. He catches the Indian girl that just walked in and tells Mitch, who's been sitting next to him the whole time, that the best way to win a girl back is to make her want what she can't have. He gets up and tells the girl that he likes her hair. She says she likes his also. It's spiky. He introduces herself to her, and before she could say a word, Moon intervenes and calls her Piper, who is played by Stella Austria. Her work includes 3 episodes on Legacy, 6 episodes on The Outsiders Club, and 6 episodes on Cobra Kai. So she's in here for a little while. Moon kissed Piper on the lips, notices Hawk, and introduces him to her as her girlfriend. And let's disregard the part I said about unicorns. Maybe rainbows, but definitely not unicorns. You know, Moon is It's like not everything can be about unicorns and rainbows, but maybe there could be rainbows in her, but not unicorns. Hawk is heartbroken. Karma at its finest. He says it's awkward and it was nice to meet her. Oh, I'm sorry. He says that it's awesome, but it was awkward. And it was nice to meet her, and then walks away with everything not going his way, of course.
Aw, poor Hawk.
Of course. At the restaurant, the women are taking their sweet time in the bathroom. Daniel can't keep quiet, so he tells Johnny he's surprised to see him in a place like this. Johnny asks if he wants to see him in the dumps. What do you want? What do you want to do? Does Daniel think Johnny's racist? It's like, I'm surprised to see you here. What?
I think you're reaching.
Like, why does Daniel keep saying, like, why? Or, like, I'm surprised to see you in a place such as this with a girl like that.
Because, I don't know.
Maybe because, I don't know, whatever. So Daniel's Italian from Jersey, so he figured, like, you picked on me because I was from Italian and from Jersey. No.
So it's not his turn to pick on him?
Yeah, like, why not? But, maybe he should. Anyway, sushi on the first date, really? Daniel asks what his problem is, and Johnny says he's been an asshole to him all summer. He's just trying to run a business. Daniel asks if he's in the business of mainlining dojos. Johnny says he didn't know anything about that, and it wasn't him. What was him was that stunt he pulled at All Valley Fest. They continue to talk to clear the air a bit. Johnny tells Daniel he kicked Kreese out of Cobra Kai and that he was trying to change his karate teachings for the better. When Carmen and Amanda return, Carmen mentions that Robbie will be attending West Valley High School, and a surprised Johnny asks why. Daniel explains that the LaRusso family rule. If Robbie stays with them, he must attend school, which means that Amanda and Daniel enrolled Robbie at West Valley High School. Johnny, while disapproving Robbie staying with Daniel and his family, states that Robbie attending West Valley High School was good and that Robbie never should have dropped out, implying that he was grateful to them. Their food finally arrived, and Carmen asked for no sour cream, which Daniel eyes Amanda with an "I told you so." She'd get it wrong. He says she should have wrote it down. Johnny agrees. Daniel says, "Rookie mistake." Johnny says, "What a white belt." They all laugh, with Carmen and Amanda sharing a sigh of relief. Oh, such a karate lingo over there. Like, you're such a white belt. You're such a rookie. At the party, Hawk is distraught at Moon kissing Piper. Dimitri walks over to hang out with him and asks if he's seen the new Doctor Who. Hawk says he doesn't watch that nerd shit. Dimitri explains Moffat is gone, referring to showrunner Stephen Moffat, whose run on the show ended in 2017. Hawk asks about the new Doctor, what's he like? Dimitri says she is a badass, referring to the 13th Doctor played by Jodie Whittaker, who preceded Peter Capaldi. So this is 2017. The show didn't air until like 2018. So Hawk is missing a season. Hawk goes back to staring a whole right at Moon and Piper, who are making out. Dimitri tells her to move on. Hawk says defeat does not exist, quoting Sensei Kreese. Dimitri sarcastically remarks that this is the winning attitude is what pushed her away in the first place, and he thinks he needs a healthy dose of inner peace. Hawk gets up and pours his drink all over Dimitri, expecting him to fight back, but he doesn't. Hawk calls him a pussy and walks away. In the backyard, Tori and Sam are still drinking and haven't stopped with the challenge. Sam says she could do this all night. Tori asks Big Red for 2 shots of vodka. Robbie and Miguel are concerned for their girlfriends. Tori downs her shot first. Sam has trouble with hers, but focuses on takes her shot. They both stare at each other. Stingray shows support to Tori, but she tries to turn around and falls off the stool, losing the challenge in the process. Miguel tries to check in on Tori, but she pushes him away and goes to get cleaned up. She deserved it. Like, I love that she lost. Like, it's not karate.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
A little challenge.
She totally deserved it.
She totally deserved it. At the restaurant, Johnny and Daniel start sharing old stories and laugh the whole time. One in particular is a blueberry pie incident, which was one of the deleted scenes in the Karate Kid movie. The two couples then do some salsa dancing, and Carmen teaches Johnny how to dance. She is his salsa sensei. She asks him when he's fighting someone, does he look at his feet? He says no. She tells him to look in her eyes, and he does. Johnny gets comfortable and learns quickly how to dance right next to Daniel and his wife. And then he starts smiling. We love a smiling Johnny.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Back at the party, Sam is still trying to pour herself another drink. Robbie finds her and pours the drink all over the sink. Sam asks if he's her boyfriend or her babysitter. Robbie asks her to wait there so he can get her some food and walks away, leaving Sam with the bottle to pour another drink for herself. Aisha walks up to tell her to slow down. Sam says she's pissed off because she kicked her friend's ass but can consider that payback for what they did to her dojo. Aisha explains she had nothing to do with that, and neither did Tori or Miguel, who returned Mr. Miyagi's medal. Sam looks confused. She tells Aisha Dimitri found it in the backyard. Aisha reveals to Sam Miguel took it to her house and gave it to Robbie. Sam realizes she's been duped, bamboozled, lied to this whole time. Sam walks away from Aisha to get some air. And here we go. We're getting seeds planted already for the next episode. In the living room, everyone's having fun and drinking, and then the DJ stops spinning because Dimitri has the mic and wants to make a toast to Eli Moskowitz. Everyone looks at each other wondering who the hell Eli is.
I was just going to say, who's Eli?
Who the hell Eli? What? Huh? Dimitri says some of you might know him as Hawk, but beneath that crazy clown cosplay and whatever type of manic panic he dumped in his hair, he's still good old Eli, his binary brother. He was his binary brother now. Instead, now he's a real zero. Everyone laughs, including Nathan, who says he loves math humor. Nathan loves like I love math humor. It's like his lines are so just like, oh, okay. Especially when he's in Miyagi Do's, like, don't be a pussy, sir. That's like, I love it. Hawk says that's enough. Dimitri says, don't let him fool you. He's a real softie. He reveals that they watched every Harry Potter together, and he bawled like a baby when Dobby died. Sir, we all did. There is no shame in bawling like a baby when Dobby dies. I fucking cried. I was like curled up in like a little fetal position, like, Dobby's free. Dobby's free at last.
You're going to tell me that Dimitri didn't cry?
Dimitri cried, of course. He's probably like the only one that like doesn't have any fucking feelings over there. Like, oh, come on, you're crying over this? And he cried when freaking, what's his face, Robert Pattinson died.
Wow.
And now we're spoiling Harry Potter for everybody. I apologize.
Wow.
Dimitri mocks Hawk some more. Hawk whispers into Mitch that if he doesn't shut up, he's going to shut him up. Mitch reminds Hawk that what Sensei said about showing mercy. Hawk's head is on Kreese being his sensei and not Johnny. That's not my sensei. Kreese is my sensei. Back at the restaurant, they step outside and are ready to go home. They all had fun, including Johnny and Daniel, who say just because they have separate dojos don't mean they have to be at war. Johnny says that Kreese is the one that cares about wars, not him. Daniel extends his hand and Johnny shakes it. Aw. I love that. Daniel comments on the strong grip. Johnny's black and yellow Cobra Kai arrived, and Daniel's annoyed by it because that was caught from the lot. Like, and look what he did to it.
And it's badass. He said, I love that he says it's badass because it is badass. Loved what he did with it.
They did. They say their goodbyes and leave. Back at the party, Sam is sitting by herself getting some fresh air. Miguel finds her and asks if she's okay. As he walks away, Sam calls him back and thanks him for returning the medal, as it was important to her and her family. He tells her it shouldn't have been stolen in the first place, so he's glad she got it back. She stumbles and he helps her up, but they stare into each other's eyes and kiss. Behind Sam, you can see someone stumbling around and possibly recording this moment. And by the time they finish each other giving a kiss and separating, Tori's in the middle of watching this whole thing go down from inside the house. Tori walks away. Miguel says they shouldn't have. He's with Tori, and Sam has Robbie. Sam apologizes and leaves. Oh boy. So that was like, had Tori has stayed, she would have seen like, oh my god, no, sorry. But Tori leaves at that exact moment. Back in the house, Dimitri's still going on about Hawk sharing some embarrassing stories about him and says he has one more. He asks everyone if they've heard of sleep aneurysms, which Hawk immediately says not to share that one. Dimitri says that's the medical term for good old-fashioned bedwetting, and Eli is a pro. Everyone's in shock and laugh at Hawk. Dimitri says every time he slept over, he would have a special mattress for him his mom called Eli's waterbed. This upsets Hawk, and they begin to walk forward. Chris says they're going to have to go through him. Mitch calls him a traitor. Robbie tells them not to touch him. Moon gets in the middle and tells them they're friends. Please don't. Stingray is over there around somewhere saying he smells a rumble with his 240 ounces on his hand still. And just when you think they're about to fight, the cops arrive and everything gets shut down. Everyone scatter. Hawk yells to Dimitri that he will see him at school. Stingray says that he can't go to jail. His mom will kill him. Realizes, I can't go to jail. My mom will kill me. I still live with her.
Stingray.
Where's Nate? Where's Fawn?
Yeah, I think she just took off.
Like, she ain't hanging out with little kids. Even probably little kids were like fucking flirting with her, and she's like, I gotta go. I can't be here. He realizes he's still got both 40-ounce bottles duct taped to his hands. Sam walks back in the house. Robbie finds her and yells that they have to go. Sam says her parents will freak out if they see her like this. Miguel asks Aisha if she's seen Tori, who must have left when she saw them kissing. Stingray is able to move the screen door with his face and runs away. Wow. After an awesome date, Johnny takes Carmen to her door and kisses her goodnight. She walks in her door and he walks to his door. He flumps on his couch and tells himself he should have invited her in. He smiles when there's a knock at the door and thinks it's Carmen coming back, but it's Robbie who has a hold of Sam. Johnny has a look of concern on his face, knowing that his son is going to have to explain this, and the episode ends. Oh my god. Oh, that was a freaking crazy episode. I loved it. Like, not one of my favorites, but like towards the possibly one of six favorite episodes that I'm gonna do. Like, it's like this calm before the storm. It's always a calm before the storm.
It's the calm before the storm. I honestly thought that something was gonna happen. Like,
right?
I thought that there was going to be something breaking out, like a fight or something going on, like a break, and it wasn't. It was all calm. And definitely one of my top 5 favorite episodes.
Yeah. All right. Badass moment.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there was.
There wasn't really a badass moment.
But favorite?
There really was not a badass moment, I'm thinking, but I don't think there was. Like, there really wasn't. I loved, I know this is just a little tiny thing, but I loved when Daniel and Johnny shook hands. Like, they bonded. Yeah. I was like, oh, I love this. I love this. I love that part. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, this is awesome. They're finally, like, bonding. They're going to be good. I really like that part. And then I love the beginning. There's the open. That's like probably my favorite part of the whole episode. I don't know why, but I really love that opening.
Yeah, that whole opening was my badass moment. Showing what they can do separate.
Yeah,
the 2 girls.
Yeah.
The soundtrack behind it. Fifth Harmony.
Yeah. All of it.
Then, like, showing them later on doing the challenge doesn't have to be about karate or anything else. Just keep going, keep drinking, like until one of them fall. And it's that moment right there. It was like, that's badass. Both of them. Like
That's true. That's
It
true.
had nothing to do with Miguel or Robbie this time around.
Or karate.
Or karate. It's just like them
Actually.
two. It's like, all right, I got your number. No, I got your number. It's like, all right, let's see. So there they go. What you thought of this episode?
It's well, I said it's my top 5 favorite.
Okay.
Of season 2.
So
yeah.
So to me, it felt like copy and paste from season 1. The episode 9 in season 1 where Johnny and Daniel bond. And they bond here too. It's like, what?
I didn't even. Yeah.
Like, and they talk about the whole thing, and then episode 10 happens. There have to be enemies again. Here again, it's like, oh yeah, hey, we're enemies again in episode 10, of course. So it's like, it felt like, okay, we're gonna tell you the same story from a different perspective. We're gonna have the A story is gonna be Tori and Sam, but the B story is gonna be again these two bonding because they didn't do it last year. They didn't do it they did it on the 9th episode of season 1. They started to, but then episode 10 happened. At the very end of episode 9, we find out Robbie is Johnny's son. So here, okay, we're not going to give you this moment where Johnny is upset at Rob, or Daniel's upset at Robbie again. We're going to keep it for episode 10. And here's the reason why. So Robbie takes Sam to Johnny's place. And you know already the next episode is going to be like, why is she there? What happened?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they
so,
really. I like how they placed that, or not placed it, but I like how they ended it there.
Yeah, they ended it. They ended it very well too. I was like, I loved it.
Yes.
So yeah, that was episode 9. Well, hopefully everybody comes back for episode 10 next week.
Well, I would think they would.
I would think they would. We're going to do this again. We're going to put out episode... I forgot to tell you this at the beginning of the show. We're going to put episode 9 this week, today, and then episode 10 next week. It's not going to be again on Thursday or any other Wednesday again. It's going to be next Saturday. You guys get to wait for episode 10 next Saturday. So, with that in mind, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for supporting, listening to the podcast, joining the TikTok Live, and being a huge part of my Third Place community. Let us know if you want to watch us live on Riverside. That's where we're doing our shows from now on. We would love to have you in the chat and interact with you at the same time. So tell your friends and join us next time for more behind-the-scenes stories, movies, and TV show reviews. I'm Evo.
I'm Brandy.
And remember...
strike first. Strike hard.
No mercy. Send it to the internet. Goodbye. We'll see you next week.